So our first presentation is going to come from Madam Gifty Ofori on HIV/AIDS. So please, the guys, listen well.
Okay, good morning to you all once again. Okay, so I'm Gifty, and PTFT is here to talk to you about HIV and AIDS.
It's the virus on its own that attacks the body's immune system. We have something we call the white blood cells, and these white blood cells protect the body against illnesses and diseases. I hope you've heard of it before. It's not something new. Yes. So this HIV virus affects this white blood cells, and also when it does that, it weakens the body's immune system. And when it weakens that system too, it allows instead of it to protect us against diseases and illnesses, the body is not able to do that, and it allows other diseases to come to us. Do you understand this scenario? Thank you very much. So that is what the HIV virus does. And then when you have this virus, it advances to be the AIDS. So that is the difference between HIV and AIDS. Do you get me? Very good. How is HIV transmitted? HIV can be transmitted through body fluids from people such as blood, breast milk, semen, vaginal secretions. There is this misconception or myth going on that HIV can be transmitted when you hug the person, when you share food with the person, when you share some items with the person. No, that is not true. When you have condolences or multiple partners. But today PTSD is here to tell you that you should abstain. When you abstain, it will protect you from getting HIV, and it also protect you from getting someone pregnant. Okay? Because when you pregnant someone, you drop out of school, you went to take care of the mother and the child. Yes, HIV is a deadly disease, so I know you are not going to joke with it. Thank you very much. This is the end of my presentation.
Let's go into that. In addition to that, we have our chief national committee. They are going to talk to us about very important things that has to do with our situation. And we want you, at the end of the day, to appreciate that you are Ghanaian, and you are going to be a responsible citizen who is going to see to it that our country makes a benefit.
Good morning once again. Thank you, leadership, teaching staff, students. My name is Samuel Kwachi, as you can told already, from the Ministry of National Security, and I'm with my colleague, Madam Abigail Nelson. It's a privilege and an honor to be here, at least for the first time. I must admit, the environment is very charged. This morning, I was required to talk about counter-terrorism, to particularly focus on radicalization. So I'll start from trying to explain what radicalization is, how you get radicalized, how you can prevent it or be each other's keeper, and then safe ways of reporting if you feel it's out of hand. So first and foremost, what's radicalization? It's a process by which an individual or group comes to adopt increasingly extreme political, social, and religious ideals as aspirations that reject or undermine the status quo or contemporary ideas or expressions of the nation. The outcomes of radicalization are shaped by ideas of the society at large. For example, radicalism can originate from a broad social consensus against progressive changes in society, from a broad desire for change in society. Radicalization can both be violent or non-violent. Although academic literature focuses on radicalization into violent extremism, there are multiple pathways that constitute the process of radicalization, which can be independent but usually or mutually reinforcing. Great. Now, let me go away from literature and try and have a conversation. Really, how do we get radicalized? Sitting here this morning, watching praises and worship session, I was led to believe that at the end of the worship session, your worship leader can radicalize all of you here because he was in the spirit, and I don't know how many of you he pulled along in the spirit. And that's how radicalization goes. It goes as easy as people having extreme views. It's many a times when we address radicalization, we get it wrong. We think it's some people wearing turbans who pray differently, who come from far away to come and radicalize us. Radicalization starts from the classrooms, starts from the dormitories, even starts from our homes between our siblings. People have strong views, religious, social, economic views. You as students, you have at this level, you have strong, let's say, religious views. I will not add economic, but definitely for those of us doing political science, you may have views in that regard. It's okay to have such views. But what do we do with it at this level, at any level? That's why in Ghana, we have been saved by fire because in Ghana, we enjoy religious tolerance where Muslims and Christians pray together. It's okay to have strong views, whether it be religious, political, or personal strong views. But it's the onus lies on you to build some room to always understand the opposite parties who you have those conversations with you. You can say, okay, me, I don't take Gary with my mates. Why? There are very, very nice ways of defending, but you don't have to be radical about it. That if you add Gary to this beans, I'm slapping everybody in this dining hall. No, that's not how it's done. You are in the dormitories, you are in the classrooms, you are with your teachers, you are with your siblings. You see things when they start going wrong, and the responsibility lies on you first, primarily, to see how you can correct things, see something, say something. This is different from the police emergency lines. This is a call directly to national security, of course, toll free and anonymous, where you see something that's very funny and may not anything regarding terrorism per se. Let's say you see an electricity pole lighting funny, or you see maybe a route somewhere. Just pick up any phone you can get, call 999, report to national security. It's anonymous. You don't have to mention your name. You don't have to mention where you are coming from. Thank you very much this morning.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Let's give them another round of applause. Give it to them. Clap well.
I'm Clemento coming from Science 1 Science 4, and I learned about the HIV. HIV can be transmitted through the blood or saliva or either vaginal sex and other things. And also I learned about how we can prevent HIV by abstaining from sex and also not doing other things that will bring any harm onto our body.
My name is Lejiku Jizake. I'm in 2 Science 7. And today I learned about HIV/AIDS, where the HIV is the virus and the AIDS is the disease, and how HIV can be transmitted. We have the body fluids, that's the blood, the ways one can prevent HIV, abstaining from all sexual activity. Thank you very much. So I would like to say that I will educate people who have less knowledge about HIV and also encourage them to abstain from sexual intercourse. Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Michael Osei from 1 Science 6 class. I learned about counter-terrorism, and one thing I learned is that just because you have strong beliefs or strong ideas on something doesn't mean you should impose it on other people who don't believe in those things. So an example was cited that just because you don't like Gary on your beans doesn't mean everyone should not like Gary on their beans. So that was something I really learned.
My name is seen by Alex, a member of the 2 Science 4 class. Today we have learned about HIV and AIDS, and a little I can say about HIV and AIDS is some people have some misconceptions or some myths about HIV/AIDS, which is through shaking, kissing, hugging, and which is not true. About these myths, unless there is breakage in some of these things before these things can be transmitted, HIV can be transmitted. So this is a short thing I have to tell you about HIV and AIDS. Thank you.
I'm Isaac Ruba from 1 Science 10 class, and I'm here to talk about counter-terrorism. I learned about the new policy came about see something, say something. They are calling the toll-free number 999. Calling the toll-free number 999 would also help the security agencies know about what's going on around.
I am Lamteman or Joseph Milanti, and I learned something today at assembly, which is HIV/AIDS. So all I learned was that we are supposed not to be sexually active, because it is the place where most of the time the AIDS is being transferred. Thank you.
I learned that if you see something, say something by dialing 999. Report on whatever you see, whether something funny or someone is committing a crime. And I also heard that radicalization can be violent or non-violent.
I'm Eric Boateng Japon, a member of the 2 Business 6 class. I learned about counter-terrorism at assembly today, and it was introduced by a security personnel. It told us that if you see something in the community which seems funny, like an electrical pole which has been lighting up, we should call toll-free numbers, which is 999, to inform them so that they will know about such things. And also they told us that such things are anonymous, so we shouldn't give details about ourselves. So that's all.
My name is Clifford Abuchi, and I'm a member from 1 Business 2 class. Today I learned about HIV, and then I learned that HIV is a sexually transmitted disease, and then it also can be transmitted through fluids like blood, breast milk, and others.
Hi, my name is Sofas, and I'd like to talk about what I learned on counter-terrorism. And from what I've learned, counter-terrorism, let's say terrorism means that when an individual causes massive damage to their mental properties, and most of the reasons why they do these things are for religious beliefs, economic prosperity, love and adventure, for what they love.
I'm Joshua Mensah from Tuagrepon. I learned much about HIV, and the little I want to share with you is that HIV is not a death sentence. HIV, anyone with HIV or AIDS is equally has equal rights as a normal person. So HIV/AIDS is not a death sentence to people. HIV victims can live healthy even more than normal people. There are drugs and other things which doctors are now privy to that allows HIV/AIDS patients to live more happy and live longer lives than normal people, or live equally as normal people. That's what I learned.
My name is Christ Mani Daniel Autry. I learned about counter-terrorism. I learned that people have strong views and they would like to implement it on others. If we see it, we must report them to national security. Yeah. So their number is 999. It's toll-free and anonymous.
Can a normal person marry an HIV patient?
Yeah, so there are some situations. There are people who are HIV and they marry people who are HIV negative. So what happens is that when the viral load is very low, sometimes it's not transmittable. You are not able to transfer. But that one, it should be on advice by a health professional. You don't just say because you love the person, even though the person is HIV. There are some rare cases. We have married couples, one is positive, one is negative, and the one who is positive have not been able to infect the negative party. They are rare, just some few ones.